This official narrative that we're being told about the Afghan situation is looking decidedly flaky. I've had a couple of messages about it. I was a bit dubious because I couldn't really find any proof. Then I did a bit more digging. Anyway, thankfully, Andre Walker, who comes on Talk TV, he's got his own YouTube channel. It's on there. He's done a video about it. So I'm confident that this is kosher. The whole reason for evacuating all these Afghans has been allegedly because of a breach of data, a data breach back in February 2022, where apparently somebody from the Ministry of Defence thought he was sending out an email with 150 names on it and managed to leak 30,000 names. That's the story we're told. Obviously, that puts them in danger, allegedly, from the Taliban. So those 30,000 people will all have family members, which probably knocks it up to more like 100,000 people that need to be evacuated immediately and come to Britain. The government of the day knew this would upset people. And obviously since that point it's been kept under wraps with a super injunction. An injunction means you can't discuss a particular topic. A super injunction means you can't discuss the fact there is an injunction on the particular topic. And that was done apparently because it would upset the British people and they might take to the streets and cause unrest. So they knew we weren't going to be happy. So that's the reason for the cloak and dagger attitude towards it. But it gets worse because apparently he didn't release all these names. There's a counter narrative to this that claims the only names that were released were 6 names via a Facebook page from a man who basically they went and visited, and they asked him to take the names down off the Facebook page, and he said, yeah, I will if you give me asylum. So he blackmailed his way in. There's no evidence to support this narrative we've been given that all these people were at risk. So what does that mean? Well, it still means they're coming, and it still means thousands have come in, and it still means we were kept in the dark about it from 2022 to 2025. So we don't know how much damage has been done. And this is the way we get treated. Now, these people come into this country, not only are the human rights lawyers having a right field day with this, because obviously they get paid from the legal aid process, and that comes from the taxpayer. So we're paying for people to fight us, to insist that they're allowed to come here, even though the Taliban haven't reacted to this leak of information. So if the leaked information is actually true and it's all these names, it appears to be, even if it's got out there, just a long list of Afghani civil servants. It's like leaking the list of people who work for the DVLC. It's just a list of people that work there. And the change of government means a change of people. The Taliban haven't retaliated, they haven't done anything. So what have we really been told? A pack of lies, I said in a questioning voice. I am really aghast at how we've been treated. Then, what you've got to look at, as well as that, which is just a slap in the face, these people coming, however many thousands eventually come, and it's looking like nearer 100,000. They're going to need housing, they're going to need benefits because they haven't got any jobs. None of them have got any job. The Telegraph released a story that one man has brought 22 family members with him. 22 family members, one man. There's thousands of them coming. This is going to be such a strain on our resources. This is after we've let everybody in from Hong Kong because Boris thought it was a good idea because they'll all have plenty of money and they'll come and work. Fair play, a lot of them do. But it's just pouring in of people all the time. We're only a small landmass. France is 2.5 times bigger than us with a similar population. They're far more equipped with just the landmass for taking people on board. We aren't. And as you know, people who live here and pay taxes, their descendants can't even get on social housing registers. So where's that going to leave us? And then you look at the way the police handled the Epping protest about the migrant from a hotel down there who basically brutally raped a 14-year-old girl. And there's been other sexual attacks. So the locals and the family members took to the streets with placards. It was a peaceful demonstration, asking questions. Why are we being subjected to this? And according to reports on social media, with video evidence backing it up, the police arrived bringing counter-protesters in. The police actually brought them in to counter-protest this. Why is that considered a good idea? Surely what should have happened is somebody should go into these hotels and have some meetings with these dire individuals that think it's okay to literally rob us of sexuality by attacking women and young girls, underage girls, and say, this isn't on. If you carry on doing that, you'll be deported. I don't care why you're here. You don't do it. They should be threatened with eviction from the country, not just the hotel. That's what should be going on. That's what we'd like to see. We'd like to see them all gone, because I don't know why we should pay for people languishing about in hotels when we've got people who basically can't afford to switch the heating on in winter, and pensioners with less money coming in than they had 12 months ago in the face of rising costs. So, no, I don't agree with them sitting in hotels. And again, I'll point out, that's a Tory decision. And it was the Tories who instigated the Afghan refugee crisis and turned it into something it obviously isn't. And this is how we get treated, and this is why I'll never trust the Tories. And I won't trust anyone that isn't offering something any different. And moving forward, what we've got to do is look after ourselves. And the way it was policed in Epping, the police were aggressive, very aggressive. In fact, they knocked somebody down. And these people, they weren't a far-right crowd. The media reports to you that it's a far-right crowd of aggressive agitators. No, they weren't. They were locals, family members and friends of a girl who'd been brutally raped at the age of 14. That's her. She's ruined now. That's her life gone. That's her family distraught. That's her siblings distraught. And it's not just her. They've had sexual assaults. Even in my hometown, when the police visited a girl who'd been sexually assaulted by a migrant from a hotel, they basically were asking her to cushion the effect, to not talk about it, because it could cause problems. No, I'm sorry. The problem is what they're doing. And we have a government who is basically policing the reaction rather than the problem. And the problem is too many people are in this country who do not assimilate or want to assimilate. In fact, they're so arrogant they don't think they have to. And you do have to, actually. You have to assimilate, or we'll continue to despise you. And that's what this government is creating. And that's what the Tories set up. The Tories gave them the right to stay in hotels. The Tories gave them Serco contracts for landlords. The Tories did it all. And even this is essentially a Tory problem. So when you see Robert Jenrick talking the big talk after his diet and wandering around telling us about immigration, remember that he was in government at this time. And Suella Braverman, much as I like her, they were in government at this time. So all this is why I will never trust the Tories, no matter who gets in front of them, no matter who says they're going to change things. The Tories are toast to me, because a lot of this, what we're suffering from, is because of the Tories. And what we've got to remember is during all this, we've got to get to the finish line, which is 2029, possibly before. I know Keir Starmer's got a huge majority, but things are looking pretty dire for him right now. Everybody doesn't like him, literally everybody. There's nobody defending him on his threads. There's nobody saying what a good job he's doing. When he puts something on saying he's doing a good job, all you get is one after another, thousands of people telling him he isn't, that they feel let down. Even the lovies, God, I mean, if they've joined in, it must be dire. But if you want more details on the Afghan stuff, please do go to Andre Walker's YouTube channel and just have a listen. It's not too long. And it backed up everything I was told in a message. You know, when I got told this from this guy who's been in the military, I thought it sounded really feasible. And he said, look, June, I've been around these people, I know what they're like. Clearly he was right, and I was reluctant to believe him, because it's all right believing or not believing. I'm the one putting it out there. It's my bloody face, it's my neck on the line, isn't it? So I have to be kind of sure, but I'm pretty confident that Andre Walker has got it right. And we should know this, because we're the ones footing the bill for all of it. We're the ones footing the bill. I can tell you now, my MPs had a very strongly worded, very short letter. I like to keep them short, then they'll read them. And I always give them a misleading title, like Keep Number 10 Red, because my MP's Labour now. And then they think, oh, that's good, this is bad. Or their aide will open it because they think it's going to be good news. No, it isn't. Not if it's coming from me, it's not. No, I hate you. And I'm going to make sure that everybody with a low majority gets plenty of emails. I have a little cabal of people who will send emails off, reminding them that they're not going to get in next time. It's not the end of the world, just nearly the end of the world. So between now and then, what we've got to do is make sure you enjoy it every single day. I don't go around miserable. I'm going to put you one of my dog videos on my shorts to show you why I fight so hard, because it shows me garden and my dogs and why I put so much effort in, because I want to keep hold of it. I don't want some twit taxing me out of it. And I don't want to think that I've got to somehow, I'm going to get taxed because I've got a longer drive. Oh, sod off with that. These people are real morons. They've got no initiative, these politicians. They can't create anything. So the only way they can get anything moving is to take money from you, from what you've created, so they can go and spaff it overseas, because they certainly don't spend it on us. Anyway, if you like the content, please click the subscribe button. It's free, and I'll always have the minimal amount of advertising.